All right, guys, I'm back with updates on the crypto bots, and I'm going to tell you also how you can access the dashboard for free. So we're going to go through, there's been some updates. We had a couple bots delisted. We've got a couple new bots, and we've got a nice little um, functionality. So if you guys don't know, I've been trading these bots since December, and they've been getting me good results. I'm going to show you guys the results here. The main benefit that I've been getting hasn't just been money made, but has been time saved. Trading manually is extremely time intensive. Some people can manage it better than others. For me, it's very labor intensive and it's not the best use of my time. So I'm just going to show you, I've been showing, um, this is the equity curve. You can see how long it's been. It's been a little less than 30 days. And it's up about $4,000. Sorry, a little bit less than 90 days. It's been about 70 days and it's up about $4,000. Here's the P&L on the month. You can see it got off to a pretty hot start. It hasn't really moved. And I'll just show you what's going on right now. It shows that I'm in 51 positions right now. Some of them are short, some of them are long. And that's been my favorite part has been the time saver. It's 2025. We don't need to be manually trading by ourselves. Okay, so one of the functionalities here is this risk percentage. So some of you guys saw it was set to 99. It's like that drawdown's too high. So in the back test, there's a biggest drawdown that occurred. Maybe it was right here, maybe it was here to here, maybe it was here to here. I don't know. The way that we manage risk is I can look at the historical drawdown and say, oh, I would have been okay if I had lost $10,000 there, or I was down 30% or whatever it is. So you can make the drawdown. I only drew down 1%. Well, your return's going to be less. You can make it, I only drew down $100. Well, your return's going to be less. So we're interested in drawdown adjusted returns. Now, this risk number actually it's dynamic. 60, I'm risking 60% of the account, or rather, if the worst drawdown in the 7-year history happens, I will lose 60% of the account. I'm comfortable with that, or at least I'll live with that. I'm comfortable enough to leave the bots alone with that. It's not 60% of my total money, it's 60% of the account. And I have money outside of that account. So it all depends on your risk tolerance, and when you have access, you are going to be able to set the risk how you want. So get that out of the way about drawdowns. Now over here, it shows the 7-year back test, which it looked like one of the years. So the first year it didn't trade perpetual futures because we didn't have the data. But each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, each box is roughly a year. Not quite. But we see one, this year was profitable. This year was profitable. This year was profitable. This year was a little bit better than break even. This year was profitable. This year was it looks like every year is profitable aside from maybe the first one. It's hard to tell. And most of the bots weren't trading then. So I would expect to make money every time or every year. Might not repeat. And also with there could be a bigger drawdown than 60%. It could be the biggest drawdown is always ahead of you. So at some point it would be bigger. So 60 is about the most that you could like risk over long term, but also I could have it at 60 and as my profit comes up and the account grows, I can reduce the risk. But also something I recommend because we're trading on an offshore crypto perpetual exchange broker. I don't want to put a lot of money in there. I would rather put a small money and risk most of it. So I don't want to put my life savings with BitGet, but I could give them a percentage and then risk a high percentage of that. It also, this updates every day. It shows the last 2 months. The black is the net performance, and we see how the different bots perform. So we can dive in. Some of the bots got delisted, and then I'm going to tell you guys how you can access it. Bot 1 looks excellent, right? This is one of the better bots. Again, we're trading, a lot of the trades don't look at price, but they look at the funding rate and they look at CVD. It's exotic data that most people don't look at, and it's also gate kept from American institutions. You need a Palau digital ID, which I'll talk a little bit about that too, to access perpetual futures if you're an American citizen. So bot 2 is kind of wild, but the idea is to have different bots and manage the risk of them together. Okay, so we cut some of the weak bots that we saw from before. Okay. By the way, when you see negative 100, that's not 100% drawdown. It's subtractive, so he has like a loss as -1. And then in the whole portfolio, a loss isn't -1% because the different bots are risked different. But what we could say is, okay, well, if our drawdown is -100 and our return is 400, our return is four times our max drawdown. Bot 3 did very well in the last 2 months also. A lot of these are spot perp volume divergence, which, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised how well these work actually. This one was like dormant for forever, but it had a huge pump 2 times in 2021 and in 2024, the rally. So we get bot 5, another funding rate. Looks pretty good. It's choppy, but the trend is up. So we get bot 6. So 6 is a new one. The developer, my business partner, delisted the alt short and alt breakdown. And this is long breakdowns and short breakdowns. This one looks pretty good to me. So here we have equity curve and ticker adjusted equity curve. So the ticker adjusted equity curve is the real one. What that means is we're looking at BitGet, and over time they're listing more and more tokens. So we don't want to risk the same when there's 100 tokens versus 20 tokens. So yeah, this is how it looks in the last 2 months. A lot has not happened in the last 2 months. Bot 7 looks really good. This is one of the better ones. This is extreme moving average. It's long only. When price is way below the moving average, it buys for a pop up. So it actually buys like extremely low price. Um, yeah, it's not trading right now. Bot 8. Now we have the Bitcoin only trades. These help balance the portfolio, and also they replace having to invest in Bitcoin potentially. It gives you exposure to Bitcoin. So we got a long breakout. We got a long trend following using moving averages. Another long only breakout. And then we have a dip buy as number 11. So if you want to access it, there is a link in bio. You can put your email in, and I will give you a free password. That password, it's not going to trade for you, but you can log in and you can take a look. You can pin it to your dashboard as a bookmark to come back and study it, and you can get comfortable with it. Your dashboard is going to look a little bit different from mine because in mine the bots are trading 140 tickers, and for yours they will only trade 30, which still gives good results. So if you put in your email, you'll get a chance to see that. I'm going to email you about Palau Digital ID. So let me just save you a little bit of time here. If you're interested in plugging in the bots, it will be It's with a crypto perpetual future exchange. You have access to that if you're European, if you're Australian, if you're in Asia, most likely. If you're an American, you do not. This is both an obstacle and an opportunity. It's an obstacle with a workaround because to trade perpetual futures exchange, you can go get a Palau digital ID and get verified. It works for me, works for the people I work with. Costs a couple $100 and takes a couple months to do. So there's a solution. It's an opportunity because it's a gatekeeper of American institutions from trading in the space, so it keeps an edge for us. And then as for pricing, just so you know, because if you want to get this, you should get your Palau digital ID going now. We could open it up for sale today. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be months, probably a couple months, maybe next month. I don't know. But just so you know, the minimum price we're considering is a $2,000 yearly subscription. It will not be a lifetime. It's going to be a yearly subscription. It's probably two. It might be three or $4,000. And just so you guys know, though, you're going to get a better deal than me, a lot of you, because we're 2 months in. I'm actually paying a profit split, and out of that $4,000, I've already paid $800. So if the year continues, I'm going to be paying a lot more than $2,000. Some of you guys are going to be getting a better deal than me. So all that transparency out of the way. If you want to get on the sign up list, there's a link down below. You don't need to pay anything to access the site and go look at the bots. So go check it out. Appreciate y'all and look forward to seeing y'all soon. Peace.